Hi there, Mike Gleason, aka The Wizard with the San Diego Fix-It Clinic. This video features the repair of a built-in coffee maker, a Brew Express model BE-10. It belongs to one of our stalwart fixers, Bob Franke, who explains what the problem was, how he tried to fix it, and why he brought it to the Wizard's workbench.
The Wizard's bench was certainly the answer to a years-long problem. First, let me say the Brew Express is a great coffee maker. It is inset between studs into the wall, and a water line runs to it from the fridge's ice maker. Cool, right? It takes up minimal countertop space, is programmable, and able to make 10 cups, 5 cups, or 2 cups, or just overflow if someone pushes the wrong button. The coffee maker was installed in 2006. After several overflows over the years, the micro switches that are smaller than a pencil eraser gave in and stopped working. At various times, I attempted to dry them, using compressed air, the sun, rice, and even tried calling the company for a replacement part. Not available. Repaired coffee maker exchangeable? Not available. A new one? Also not available. So I called the Wiz. He had just the answer I needed. He also had the parts and tools for a bench repair of this sort. He has a microscope that is capable of photography, so it could actually see and record the damage to the tiny switches, and thus enable us to see how a repair could be done.
Under that microscope, we could clearly see the problem with the switches. The connections were rusty and obviously corroded by moisture and condensation. A problem we find a lot when repairing all kinds of coffee makers. Before removing the switches, we noticed a bunch of resistors, diodes, and other components mounted nearby, so we brought out 2 different kinds of protective tape. First, a layer of something called Kapton. It's an expensive thermal insulating adhesive film. Then on top of that, another layer of fiberglass tape. Because my desoldering gun gets pretty hot, even at its lowest temperature setting, we decided to do what we could to minimize damage to the nearby components. The low temp setting on the gun took a little longer and made the job a little harder because some of the legs took more than 1 or 2 shots. We discovered one leg on each of the switches in the same location broke off easily while being removed. That suggests a manufacturing defect might have helped the corrosion do its dirty work. With the sockets reamed out and cleaned up, the new switches popped right in. We splashed around some flux and Bob soldered the 8 connections.
Before mounting the board back in its case, I smeared some dielectric grease on the new switches to help them survive the moisture. I put it all back together and took it home to test it. The installation is simple. Connect the water line, push it into the space, it'll automatically connect to power, 2 screws, and turn the water on. And pow, Bob's your uncle. Well, not quite. After cramming myself into the space behind the fridge, I turned the water cutoff valve on and the stem broke. I had water flooding up my leg and into the kitchen. So, after mopping up, it took 1 more day and 3 trips to Home Depot. And pow, Bob's your uncle, finally. We enjoyed a most excellent cup of coffee using switches that clicked again.
Finally, it was time to ring the bell. That's what we do at the Fix-It clinics when we fix something. Here's a look at some of the gear and the materials we used. We'll put links where to find them in the description below. The San Diego Fix-It clinics, now in our 7th year, are free and sponsored by Zero Waste San Diego in partnership with San Diego County, the City of Chula Vista, the City of La Mesa, and others. Most of us are not trained professionals or experts, and this material is for informational purposes only. You should always abide by all applicable laws, regulations, and safety rules, and of course use good common sense. Remember, if you don't feel safe and comfortable working with tools and electricity, call a pro or just bring the thing to the next Fix-It clinic. We're also always looking for volunteers, so if you're handy with tools and like to tinker, visit our website and look for the volunteer link, or talk with any of us at the next clinic. For a list of an upcoming one near you, click the link below for the San Diego Fix-It clinic.